Hi, and welcome to London's Alive. I'm Richard Taverner.
And I'm Tiffany Phan.
Today we'll be looking into the proposed alcohol ban at London Metropolitan University. And then we're heading off to East London to check out Alternative Fashion Week and the world of hipsters.
Within the last week, London Metropolitan University's Vice-Chancellor, Malcolm Gillies, has come under fire from students and staff. Criticism have come after he suggested a blanket ban on alcohol sales across the university's campuses in order to avoid offending Muslim students. Clea Guy Allen reports.
Whilst giving a speech at the Association of University Administrators Conference in Manchester, Vice-Chancellor Malcolm Gillies stated that selling alcohol was an immoral experience for 20% of Muslim students within London Metropolitan University. He went on to suggest that Muslim students have been involved in the discussions. However, this is a claim Student Union President Claire Locke and the Islamic Society and Shia Muslim Society have rejected.
It was a complete shock. Malcolm has said that there's been debates going on across the university about it. Nobody I know has heard of any debates that have taken place. He has not consulted the Students' Union, and the comments he made about the Muslim students, none of the Muslim students I have contacted, and I've spoken to a lot of Muslim students in the last couple of weeks, know anything about it. I think that Malcolm made the comments at the conference because he can see a time in the future where universities don't have bars, where it's just purely an educational establishment.
We spoke to students across the university to get their opinion on the Vice-Chancellor's controversial comments.
To start off with, I didn't actually know that the Muslim societies actually got in touch with Malcolm, and I didn't know that they weren't up for it, but that makes a lot of sense, and I think that's like he shouldn't have done that without consulting them first.
If the Muslim society has come out and denied these claims, then obviously Mr. Gillies did not do his research, and that is very irresponsible of him.
He's basically making a stereotype as to what you'd imagine their opinion to be, and thinking on the basis of that, just basically putting words in their mouth and making decisions for them without consulting with them, which is wrong. You wouldn't make a decision for anyone without asking them first.
I think like a condition of like every assessment on my course is that it has to be based on like peer-reviewed evidence, so you have to have a basis for your argument and a basis for your point. And the fact that a person who's meant to like represent an establishment that expects that of its students, but then within their own points, they're not basing on anything. It kind of seems like that's a contradiction of the establishment that he's supposed to stand for.
I think it's not very well thought through, and from what I understand, it's not been consulted with enough people to make it a viable option. So I think it should be reviewed carefully before offending anyone else overall.
I know that a lot of people that I've spoke to about this alcohol ban have been pissed off at the Muslim community for pushing this thing, and if they haven't been pushing it, then yeah, it's definitely out of order that he's just speaking on behalf of someone that he doesn't even represent properly.
The main concerns for the Students' Union were the generalisations that were made about the Muslim students, and of course our concerns are for the welfare of the Muslim students, because since this has been in the press, London Met has been featured on the English Defence League website, and I've recently discovered that the English Defence League has a division on Upper Street, which is just down the road from our Holloway Road campus. And we've also been featured on a website called Britain First, which is a fascist website that is claiming that 710 patriots have emailed the Vice-Chancellor.
In a statement released to the press, the Vice-Chancellor said that despite his comments, there are no plans to implement a ban on alcohol. Although addressing the ban, Mr. Gillies is yet to apologise to the students and staff that he offended. Claire Locke believes this scandal has been a blow to his credibility.
The staff unions have recently run a survey of the staff, which came back a 91% no confidence vote in the Vice-Chancellor. I think for Malcolm Gillies, it's time for him to leave.
Now from North London to the east. We're off to take a front row seat at Alternative Fashion Week at Spitalfields Market and explore the major fashion trend taking over Brick Lane. Sian Raymond has this report.
Last week, Spitalfields Market hosted Alternative Fashion Week 2012, celebrating emerging designers and their unique creations. Spitalfields is in the heart of East London, where the alternative fashion scene has become world famous thanks to its originality and the indie bands that come with it. The fashion on the catwalk may be different, but it seems the designers don't have the same idea of originality as the local crowd.
So what makes them suitable for alternative fashion week rather than, you know, normal fashion week, if you like?
I think they're not sort of like ready to wear things. They're not things that you'd see normally on the street, people wearing.
It's specific people who want to wear them. It's not like
individual people.
Yeah, individuals rather than anyone who could wear it.
It's not something that will be
you know?
mass produced.
So what do you think of East London style? Do you think it's alternative?
No. I think it's being copied quite a lot. Like, a lot of people think, oh, East London, that is a stylish place. But when you go around other places in London, I think that's where it formed from. And all of the kids have come to East London to show it off. And now it's become this whole big sort of alternative, fashion-y, you know, look, I'm so different place.
The East End has been nurturing a trend that has become more mainstream than it would like. Hipsters have taken over this part of London, transforming it from shabby to the mecca for cool kids. Hipsters shun pop culture for something more underground, resulting in quirky outfits and a retro appearance.
We've come to Brick Lane, East London, to find out what hipster really is.
How do the stylish people of East London feel about the word hipster?
I'm worried that because I don't know what a hipster is, that I'm a hipster sometimes. But I don't know what a hipster is.
I don't think there's a big difference between trams and hipsters. Because they basically look like each other, but the trams are a bit more cool. So I think the trams are the biggest hipsters, and I support the trams all the way.
I think it should only be used ironically. And for me, it's for like people who like try really hard. Yeah, like snapbacks, chinos, top man, like worshippers.
I think if somebody called me a hipster, I'd be a bit like.
Do you reckon when you go out on the street, could you point at someone and go, "That's a hipster"?
Maybe, but then I still feel like no one wants to be called that. It's kind of like, it's like seen as a bit of a derogatory term. So.
I just don't think there's any need for it. Like, people just wear what they want to wear. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're hipster or not.
Yeah. Do you think people would class you as hipsters?
No.
If they don't call themselves hipsters, then how do they describe their unique style?
I think I curate the way I dress from the music I like, as well as the design I like. If I believe in a certain band or a certain look, I guess I'll adopt it.
Tramp.
How about
pretentious
you?
tramp.
A bit charity shop. Charity shops. Yeah, charity shops.
Yeah. Oxfam, definitely.
Yeah.
They obviously dislike high street clothes, but they're also picky with their music. What do they listen to?
A lot of like acoustic stuff, and not particularly mainstream things. Like 60s, 70s rock, kind of for old music.
I listen to a lot of hip hop, but I listen to a lot of punk.
Grimes. It's really cool at the moment.
People have flocked to East London to join the Cool Club and found hundreds more just like them. So what makes East London still so special?
There's lots of art galleries going on, and food, nice food.
Got a lot of character.
Yeah,
really nice.
It's very vibrant. It's lots of places to get cheap clothes. Rather than like high street stuff, you can get unique stuff.
It's really easy to get weed around here. That's what I think.
Clearly, East London is the place to be.
Richard, would you class yourself as hipster?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Well, but in that shirt, you could be.
I'm going to go and change now then. On that note, that's all from us. Thank you for watching.
From London to Live, it's goodbye.